Hello, buddy. It's Jmulls of Jmulls Gaming here with another episode of my main decision series for World of Warcraft Shadowlands. We are here on the World of Warcraft Shadowlands beta. I wanted to do this on live because I just kept my Demon Hunter, but we are down for weekly maintenance and it's going to be a few hours, so I want to get this video up today, so I'm doing this on beta. We are here on a surprising pick for me. The Demon Hunter. I am ordinarily not a big fan of Demon Hunter, mainly because I find the rotation to be a bit too simplistic for my tastes. Not enough buttons, etc, etc, etc. However, my attitude has kind of changed a bit. It's altered a bit, morphed, if you will. Metamorphosized, if you will. I think I want to be a tank in Shadowlands. Why? Because I enjoy most of the tanks more than the DPS classes, so I already tank on Final Fantasy XIV. It's what I'm used to there. It's what I enjoy. So, I thought, alright, well, why not just also tank in World of Warcraft? So, I've been trying out some of the tanks recently, and I've been highly enjoying them, and I think I'm going to be probably maining tanks. What does this mean? Mage is probably out of the picture now. It was a front runner for quite a while there, but I think I'm going to scratch it off the list, along with Rogue. I think I'm going to focus solely on the tank classes. That just leaves the decision to be what tank classes will I pick. I'll probably have 4 characters, because I want one in each covenant for the mounts, the kind of stuff, and the transmog. But I need to pick the 4. And I believe there are 5 tanks. And Demon Hunter recently, I've been trying out some Vengeance. I leveled as Vengeance for a little bit. I don't have much experience with Vengeance specifically, but from the amount I have played of it, I have been really and highly enjoying it. Why is that? One, it's the Demon Hunter, so you have mobility innate to the Demon Hunter. You have the double jump. You have the Demon Hunter glide, which I'll show off in a bit. You also have this little thing called Infernal Strike for Vengeance specifically. For Havoc, you have that dash forward. For Infernal Strike, this kind of acts like an heroic leap, but you have 2 charges of it, and you can talent into. I kind of like the Demon Hunter talent. I just wish it wasn't just so cut in stone, from what I hear. But you do have a pretty cool, where is it? Abyssal Strike. You have a pretty cool talent with this, which gives Infernal Strike some more utility. Abyssal Strike. Infernal Strike creates a sigil of flame when you land, and its cooldown is reduced by 8 seconds. So you get more mobility because you're reducing Infernal Strike's cooldown by 8 seconds. See, it's 20 seconds originally if I took like another talent there. I take Abyssal Strike, and it's now 12 seconds, and it also creates a Sigil of Flame. What is Sigil of Flame, you may be asking? Good question. Demon Hunters are built upon the Vengeance specifically is built around these sigils, and these sigils have different effects. A Sigil of Flame is a DPS sigil. It places a Sigil of Flame at the target location that activates after 2 seconds. It deals fire damage and additional fire damage over 6 seconds to all enemies affected by the sigil. So you put the sigil down, it does some upfront damage, and then it does an AoE dot, and then it applies an AoE dot to those within the sigil. You also have other sigils, such as Sigil of Silence, which puts the sigil down. That will activate after 2 seconds. This is time delayed, but it will silence all those people affected for 6 seconds. And you also have a Sigil of Misery, which makes them cower in fear, disorienting them for 20 seconds. Now, other things that I really highly enjoy about the Demon Hunter, and it has to be, I can't not talk about this. Disrupt. Interrupt the enemy's spell casting and locks him from that school of magic for 3 seconds. It sounds like a basic interrupt, right? However, generates 30 Fury, which is the Demon Hunter resource, on a successful interrupt. You are rewarded for having good interrupts. I like that. I like being rewarded for good gameplay outside of just you don't die. Other things I like. This used to be a talent, but they made it baseline, which I highly enjoy because I didn't like it as a talent, but I do like it baseline. Fell Devastation. Unleash the Fel within you, damaging enemies directly in front of you for fire damage over 2 seconds, causing damage also heals you up for up to 4,736 health. So, you channel this spell, it costs 50 Fury, it deals damage, and it also heals you, which is quite nice. You have your ranged attack that can also ricochet with Throw Glaive, causes high threat, cool. You have Imprison, you have Consume Magic, you have your basic taunt, Spectral Sight, which is... I never really find much use for this thing because add-ons exist, but it's still kind of cool to have. Now, my one main concern with Demon Hunt is that you don't particularly have that much in the way of mitigation. What you do have instead is Demon Spikes. Surge with Fell Power, increasing your armor by 907 and your parry chance by 15% for 6 seconds. This is a 2-charge spell with an 18-second recharge time. You also have other tools in your kit that will also help give you mitigation, but you are very offensively oriented with the Demon Hunter. Spirit Bomb. Consume up to 5 soul fragments within 25 yards. I'll explain soul fragments in a second. Afflicting nearby enemies with frailty for 20 seconds and damaging them for 5 damage per fragment. You heal for 10% of all damage you deal to enemies with frailty. So, as you can probably tell, the main thing about Demon Hunters is being able to heal yourself, which is a mechanic I do enjoy, though it can have its downsides. But I do like the idea of being able to heal yourself. Also, Fiery Brand. It deals fire damage, applies a dart for 10 seconds, and the damage done to you is reduced by 40% for 10 seconds from the target affected with Fiery Brand, which is quite nice. So, before I head down to the training dummies down there and show you, let me just explain one other thing so you understand what's going on. The overall rotation of the Demon Hunter is very simple, but it's just that mindless fun that I can enjoy. So you have Shattered Souls. Killing a target will sometimes shatter their soul, leaving a soul fragment behind for 20 seconds. These spawn as like little purpley black orbs on the ground for 20 seconds. The soul fragment will be consumed when you approach it, healing you for 3,724 health. Cool. Consuming a lesser soul fragment heals you for 6% of all damage taken in the last 5 seconds, minimum of 1% of maximum health. Consuming a demon soul will grant you 20% increased damage for 15 seconds. That only matters if the target you kill is a demon. So, Fracture, what does this do? Generates 25 Fury, max 2 charges, which is a talent because this replaces your basic builder. Rapidly slash your target for physical damage and shares 2 lesser soul fragments from them. Now, you don't have to walk into these things manually like an idiot. You have your main spender ability, Soul Cleave. Viciously strike 5 enemies in front of you for physical damage and heal yourself for 535. Again, another spell to heal yourself, and this one's part of your core rotation. You'll be using this ability a lot. Consume up to 2 soul fragments within 25 yards and heal you for an additional 535 for each soul fragment consumed. You also have your big cooldown, which is probably one of the coolest cooldowns in the game, visually at least. Metamorphosis, which is a 3-minute cooldown, transforming you to demon form for 15 seconds, increasing current and maximum health by 50% and armor by 200%. While transformed, Shear and Fracture generate 1 additional lesser soul fragment and 20 additional fury. You don't really alter your rotation with Metamorphosis, which is probably my main criticism of it. However, it just makes you even better, and it generates you additional fury, which is quite nice. So you're using Fracture a lot less, and you're using Soul Cleave a lot more. So, I think I have talked about most of the things I want to talk about with from the toolkit specifically for Vengeance. Havoc, I don't think I really need to go over Havoc, do I? It's very basic, very simple. It's alright to play every now and then, though I wouldn't main it. But Vengeance is something I could at least play, or at least have as an alt. So, another thing cool that I like about Demon Hunters is the mobility, especially out in the open world. You have your double jump, and you have this glide mechanic, and you have Infernal Strike. This gives you a lot of mobility out in the open world, and also in fights. You can really bounce around everywhere, putting down Sigils of Flame, and that's pretty cool, and that's fun to me. So, we're down here. So, let's just talk. Let's just go into this, and let me just show you what I'm talking about. Now, this is not going to be a really particularly well thought out rotation or anything like that. I'm just trying to show off the abilities and like what I enjoy about it. So, we're going to jump in with an Infernal Strike, pop Immolation Ore. You can see the soul fragments spawning now. Put a Fiery Brand, pop my Demon Spikes, and you can see the visual on my character specifically. I have 50 Fury, so I'm going to use Fell Devastation. Again, if I'm taking damage here, this would heal me as well. I can just keep on jumping, put down some Sigils of Flame. On live, I do have macros, so these just spawn at my cursor location. Can't be asked to do that on beta right now. We try and get 5 of these soul fragments up. I have 2 of them up right now. So I have 3. Just want to show big freaking Spirit Bomb. I don't think the animation for Spirit Bomb is particularly good. I would have really liked it if it actually like made a bomb above you and like slammed into the target. I think that would be way cooler. Because it shows this like purpley thing in the icon, it just never actually does it in game. But it's still pretty cool because again, it afflicts frailty, it deals damage, depending upon the amount of fragments you use for it, and you heal 10% of all damage you deal to the enemies with frailty. And with Demon Hunter, you have a lot of AoE with these Sigils of Flame, jumping all over, up and down, Immolation Aura, you have your Soul Cleave. You want some more Fury? I just interrupted the spell, supposedly. Put that down. Another thing I love is Sigil of Chains. You'll remember, you might recall that Death Knights have this ability called Gorfiend's Grasp. This is a targetable Gorfiend's Grasp, essentially. It's on a 1.5 minute cooldown. I put it down somewhere, and all things within that circle get pulled into the center of the Sigil, which is really nice for tanking, so you can make some nice death balls for your group. I've always enjoyed abilities like that, especially Gorfiend's Grasp. Turn into your freaking demon with Metamorphosis, and you just generate more fury, which is nice. Demon Spikes. Let's do a jump, put down a Sigil again. See, not complicated whatsoever, but it's fun. It's just that stupid, mindless fun where you can pop into a dungeon, have some good times. It's fun out in the open world as well because you pull a whole bunch of mobs as well. Just bring them all towards you, and you just like out-heal all the damage they deal to you. It's freaking hilarious. You hit some big spirit bombs, jump all over the place. Fell Devastate all over them, which is just a cool ability, like, objectively. Sigils of Flames everywhere. It's just something I enjoy. I can easily see myself playing this. I think one of the main things I enjoy now with Vengeance that I didn't before. I have tried out Vengeance before, it never really clicked for me. Again, because of the whole simplistic nature of it. Honestly, it's a very simple thing they did to Vengeance that made me really enjoy it a lot, and that's making Fell Devastation baseline. It's such a nice mechanic just to have and also be able to think about. Because my one concern about Demon Hunter has always been the lack of buttons to press. And my favorite talent builds for Demon Hunter have religiously been the ones that just add more buttons to my freaking kit. But they added Fell Devastation, which is a nice big, meaty channel you can get. And on top of the basic kit of Demon Hunter, something I enjoy. I think it's definitely a contender. I think this one will probably definitely be one of the 4 characters I play. So I think it's safe to say that Demon Hunter will be one of the 4. Even if it's not my main that I try and gear all the time. I think it's very, very, very safe to say this one will be at least top 4, because out in the open world, especially Vengeance, doing big pulls, jumping around all the place, especially in a world without flying, Demon Hunter is just shine. Yeah. So, I think that's all I want to talk about with the Demon Hunter. I think a lot, if you enjoy Demon Hunter, you enjoy it. If you don't, it's not something you'll probably ever enjoy. I don't think I'll still ever really particularly enjoy Havoc to a high degree, but for a tank, Vengeance can be right up my alley. So, thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure for making the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe if you liked the video and you want to see more content. I know I'd appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Have a great day. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.